Dear students and viewers, how are you? I hope that you are very fine. You are well by the grace of Allah. I am well also. Today I have come to discuss the topics on completing sentence. This is very essential for the students of class 9 and 10. And for knowing about the completing sentence, you have to know how to complete the sentence. That means you must use the completing sentence. If you think it very easily, just a completing sentence, there may have a single sentence or maybe a simple sentence. You shouldn't think in this way. You should think you have to complete the sentence, and this sentence must be meaningful. And you must try to make the sentence in a complex or in a compound. You must not use a simple sentence, because it is very essential to use the meaningful sentence, and this sentence must be complex or compound. And before knowing this, all the time I am telling you again and again, you have to know about the tense, about the sentence, and besides tense and sentence, you have to know about the clauses. Perhaps you know about the clauses, and sometimes I discussed the clauses in the classroom, and I tried my best to make you understand about the clauses. Today again I would like to discuss some topics on clauses in a few minutes, because I have to discuss completing sentence. So, clauses, you know, clauses means, clause means a sentence or a part of a sentence. That means there you must know the use of relative pronouns. That means clause, there are two types of clauses: subordinate clause and principal clause. And you know the clause that is added or that is consisted with some conjunction is subordinate clause, and the principal clause is that there might have no conjunction. Suppose I know that he is a good boy. That he is a good boy, this is subordinate clause, and I know this is principal clause. Okay, besides knowing clause, you have to know the rules of right form of verbs. In your previous classes, I told about it several times, because these are very essential. These are very essential. What's the reason? Right form of verbs, tense, clauses, every parts of the grammar book are very important for you. If you are not attentive to any topics on your grammar book, you must not be successful. Overall, again and again, I told you, what you will learn, you must try to learn it very clearly, very seriously. Okay, suppose you can remember about your rules of right form verbs. There must have a rules. If the sentence begins with if and present tense, the rest sentence must be in future tense. Suppose if he comes, I will go. If the sentence is past indefinite tense, there must have would. If he did this, he would get mass mark. These are the rules that you have read, I think. So now I would like to discuss the topics on completing sentence. Suppose completing sentence. Sorry. Completing sentence. Here I have given you some examples. She speaks as if dash. These are very essential, and sometimes you have seen or you saw in your syllabus or in your especially board exam, and there are some examples. She speaks as if dash. Here you must remember, there is a rule. There is a rule in a right form of verbs. If the sentence begins with present tense included as if or as though, this sentence must be past tense. You understand? Can you remember? And if this sentence is past indefinite tense, this sentence must be past perfect tense, and as if, as though, and since. These three things are the same. Okay? These three things are the same. Suppose this sentence is present tense by using as or since, and this sentence must be in a past tense. Okay? She speaks as if she knew everything. You understand? If I told you in this way, she spoke. If I use here spoke, then this sentence must be in past perfect tense. She spoke as if she had known this. Okay? This is the first example, and the second example is that here the boy whom is a relative pronoun, and you should know about the clauses and the meaningful clauses. That means the clauses must have the principal clause and the subordinate clause for express the full meaning of a sentence. These are not a sentence. The boy whom, is it a sentence? No. Here only the boy subject and whom is the relative pronoun. What should you use here? The boy whom you know is my friend. The boy whom you know is my friend. Whom is here subordinate clause. Okay, whom is here subordinate clause. You must know about the clauses very clearly, because I discussed it several times in the classroom. If you have forgotten it, please try to remember this. The boy here is, this is the principal clause. The boy is my friend. This is the principal clause, and this is the subordinate clause, whom you know. So if you see such type of sentences, you must try to fill up the sentences in this way. Next sentence, that he is honest. Is it a meaningful sentence? No. What's the technique to fill up the sentences by keeping meaningful, by keeping the meaning? That he is honest. That he is honest. It is not a meaningful sentence. To fill up the meaningful sentence, to make a meaningful sentence, you have to fill up this blanks. That he is honest. He is known to all. Is known to all. Here you must know about the clauses. That he is honest. This is the noun clause. So the clause is very essential. You have to know it very seriously, because for completing sentence and for transformation of sentence simple complex compound, you have to know about the clauses. Next, another example. Read attentively list. You should try to remember about the rules of, or about the use of list. If you use list, you must use the should. For the, especially in the next sentence, you must use should. Read attentively list. You should fail in the exam. Fail in the exam. That means this sentence expresses the opposite meaning of the first sentence. Okay, here you must remember, or you must remember about the use of list. If you use list, you must use here should, and you must think that the letter or the next sentence must be opposite, must have the opposite meaning of the first sentence. Next sentence here, wait here till dash, till, and you must try to know about the use of till, until, unless. If you use till in a sentence, you must use the negative sentence in the blanks. Okay, suppose wait here till I do not come back. Do not come back. Still, but if you use here until, this sentence must be affirmative. I come back. Till, until. Like this, unless. Unless is also the same meaning of until. Okay, so here especially for discussing the completing sentence, you must try to remember the rules of right form of verbs, especially that you have read from your books, and you learned something in the classroom, for especially by your teachers. And besides besides the rules of right form verbs, you have to know about the clauses, and especially if you are able to understand these two types of grammatical rules, right, the rules of right form verbs and the clauses, you must be successful. And besides this, you must try to remember. What should you remember? The sentence must be meaningful, and you must not use any simple sentence. You must try to use the complex or compound sentence. Okay, and if you don't think, or if you do anything without thinking this, the sentence must be mistaken, and you will get 0 marks. Okay, thank you. Later on I will discuss anything.